I don't know. That was fucking fast. Yeah, so I was just on shooting my mouth off about becoming a star, but like I'm kind of doing this because I get a chance to go on. I get a chance to go live national news, right? Wonder if they'll use my face. But I'm just thinking back, and hey, everybody that knew me back in my martial arts days, hey guys, all you people out there that remember me from like 2006, yeah, 2006 was one of my best years. All you that remember me from back in those days, right? Training in martial arts and everything. What did I shoot my mouth off about all the time with respect to like vegetarianism and stuff, right? I was spewing this like rhetoric, right, about you know how we're not supposed to be killing all these animals, right? Land animals and stuff, and the difference between sea life and land animals and all this shit, right? Birds, all of it, right? Anybody who knew me back in those days, I would say I was like 2004, 5, and 6. They knew the stuff that I was what I was selling. They knew what I was selling all the time. It was always, hey, take this health thing over this health thing, and don't eat that crap and eat this crap, and all this stuff, right? And over the years, as I got older, I kind of just changed my ways. I got more involved with chasing after the all American dollar, right? I kind of like left all that, uh, self improvement chi type, build chi through self improvement and all this. I kind of left that and started chasing after the almighty dollar, right? So I kind of changed my ways. But when I was younger, back in those days, anyone who knew me, those were mostly all people that trained in martial arts, knew that I kept pushing, stay away from that hamburger meat, stay away from that fucking steak, stay away from those that pork, stay away from that. It's not pork, it's a pig. It's right. That was me. I was pushing all the time, right? And that all came about because I met this recluse, Recluse, and he doesn't like people, right? So he, I went over to introduce myself one afternoon because I had heard that he had just moved into town, and being a neighborly like kind of guy, I went over and I met him, and he told me we got into this conversation and it got kind of in depth. It went pretty deep. We started discussing philosophy, religion, all this kind of stuff. Just somebody you meet, casual conversation, first time, testing out different topics and everything, getting to know one another, right? And he told me a few things that really struck a chord with me. I mean, they really struck a chord with me, right? So I started telling the same thing to all these other people, right? Nobody listened, right? Nobody. They all thought I was nuts, right? And what really freaked me, as of late, what's really freaked me out is this recluse that I met told me how all these things are about the end of days are going to come about, and how it was all tied into the animals, and how after a certain point you can't go back and change things, or the outcome will be inevitable, and all this kind of stuff, right? And he said to me, and I'm going to try and imitate him now. He just he was a very he's more like, I no, and I can predict the day it begins. Kind of like this. He had this like real deep gruggly, like really deep voice, like almost like some kind of samurai, you know, this real samurai type, right, type like this, right. And he says to me, "I can predict the day it all begins." Oh no, he said the year. He said, "I can predict the year it all begins." And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm sitting there on his couch and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And I'm being sociable. What year might that happen to be? Right? Trying to be sociable. And he tells me 2020. And like, this is going back to 2012, 8 years ago. Was it 2012? No, no, no. 2000, pardon me, not 2000, 2006. This goes back 14 years ago, right? And, right? So, so now that 14 years, I lost touch with the guy. A bunch of people went up there and they vandalized his property. I don't know why. It's a shitty thing to happen. But and when this whole COVID thing began, it reminded me of him, you know. So when I get on, if I get on, they just might use my question. But one of the things that I'm getting at with my question is this. Okay, let's say me and the old recluse, we were on to something back in 2004, 5, and 6. I forget exactly which year it was. I'm not that perfect. It's a long time ago. It's 4, 5, or 6. I met this recluse. And what he told me he predicted would begin in 2020. And it had to do with how the animals are all connected to this plague that eventually kills a lot of people. A lot of people. And he told me this all begins in 2020, but by 2020 it'll be too late to turn the clocks back, like to try and change things. This this trajectory that we're on, not just with the death rates and everything, but where the planet lies within the solar system, right? Like, this guy was really in deep, right? And you had to really listen to the way he got his point across. And he spoke of things about like how the continuous slaughter of the animal kingdom is the driving force behind moving our planet, our galaxy, our solar system into a part of the galaxy where we don't really want to be, because it's not going to end well, right? This is like he says, according to him, it's like these are my words now. I'm going to use my words to try and describe what he said. The karma that we're creating by through the suffering that we are creating in the way we are destroying the animal kingdom is that entire energy around that is what is the driving force behind moving our planet and our solar system into a part of the universe that is really detrimental to us, right? And he went on to say a few things about how what the scientists will not realize, what they will not be able to figure out, is that the land animal, it as this, I know this is really weird, but that this as this universe moves, the animal evolves. And how the fuck does that work again? Anyways, so that slaughter and that continual killing is more like a blasphemy, like it goes against God, right? And and that what the scientists won't be able to figure out was that by eating the animal, that gases will be created within the stomach through which a virus type plague will destroy the population. Okay, so that's what he was getting at. So what I want to know is if I go to like some Chinese food restaurant or some Korean place or or even Mister the Cake Steakhouse, right? And I order myself like a medium prime rib or let's say I order something bloody like whatever some fucking meat thing that's got lots of blood, and I order it rare and everything, right? And I eat it, right? Chow down on it, right? And it starts digesting in my stomach and everything like this, creating all these gases in my stomach. And what happens? The gases, they infect my lungs, right? Oh, right. And I start feeling sick in my lungs, right? And then I start to exhale. And then somebody standing next to me gets hit in the face with that fucking exhale. Like, are they gonna get sick too? Like, so like stuff like this is what I want to know, right? And I know somebody just tuned in, but you're gonna have to watch the replay because this one's over. Talk to you later.